Alright, so this is going to be a video on monster equipment or dragon equipment. What I have done is I have gone through and I have made a spreadsheet with all of the equipment stats for monster or dragon sets, for combat sets. Um, once I get this up. So this right here at the very top is going to go through combat sets. Um, as you can tell through here, your Rhino set is going to give you the highest, um, by far, life and defensive stats. It will give you 150% attack to all um, uh, troop types, which is very handy when you're dealing with a defensive set. You can get, looks like your ground set does really high percentage. Yeah, so that's a 201% compared to like your Golden Warrior only does 120. Um, so that is going to be a little bit lower on total, but it's spread between ground and mounted, so you're doing an even amount on two different types, which definitely helps in attacking. You can get, depending entirely on your research, you can get above 3,000%. Um, there's one person in our kingdom that is over 3,000%. I think there might be two. Um, but, um, you know, just the gear alone isn't going to be huge in regards to that. It will be a good basis. And then you also have to pay attention to your special set bonuses and what they bring into combat, because those are really huge. Um, then, as you can tell, most of these do not give a lot of life and defense because they're attacking sets. You have a set for your ground, a set for mounted, and a set for range. All of them will give a boost to specifically benefit whatever type it is. Like your werewolf set gives defensive boost to range troops only, and attack boost to range troops only. So depending entirely on how you set up your troops and your attacks, it would benefit you to either go with one set or the other, or just building all five sets. Um, and then these are going to be the stats for everybody or all the sets that are out there. Just looking at this 119.7 means I don't have the correct stats on Golden Warriors. I might have to go through my spreadsheet and make sure I have the right stats in here, because you're not supposed to have any decimal points on any of the sets, I believe. So those are the sets for combat. Differences, and then each set has a different advantage over the other. And then as far as getting sets, and figuring out what stuff offers, in your blacksmith, if you hit the forge button and go to scroll store, um, just about every set that you want is going to be in set scrolls, and that's just because they offer the set bonuses. You definitely want to take advantage of those because they do help a lot. I have every single one of these sets already made. Not a lot of people do. I did it because I have way too much resources, and so I purchased a lot from everybody. The Force Shielder set is my favorite, just because of how I set up my base. Um, if you go into details, and there's a set details spot for any of the armor bonuses or armors that fall under the set category. And then it's going to show you some cool stuff. So your 5 set piece, you only get your 5 set when you have one of every piece, and you don't need your 2 accessories for your 5 set. And in fact, you have to have 5 unique pieces. So you have to have your head, chest, boots, tails, and 1 accessory to get your 5 set. For your 7 set, you obviously need 7 pieces. But on top of that, when you get your research far enough, you will unlock the special set bonuses in the set tree. You get 3 boosts that you can use to do whatever combination of stuff that they allow you to do. For my werewolf set, I have triple ranged attack, and that is because, at least the way I am setting up, I'm using my werewolf set, my ground set, my mounted set. They are all going to focus on maximizing attack percentage on that type of troop. So every one of my sets for combat has the same boost 3 times in a row. And with research, your boosts do get higher and higher and higher. You get very, very high bonuses if you finish off your set tree. I will not go through and show you what I've done research-wise, because most people don't do that. It's a thing. As far as what sets you should start with when you are, a low forest player, Sphinx set, the Eater Bunny set are pretty much required. Your Eater Bunny set you will use every single day, or should use every single day, no matter what. Anytime you're hitting monsters, put on your bunny set. And it's the same thing. You want to get all 7-ish pieces. Then as you can see right here on my spreadsheet, I have counted out everything material-wise that you do need. If you are not trying to get experience really fast, I would recommend going just for your 5 set on your bunnies, and then using 2 of the rings that you get from your monster, your sea giant rings, your anchors. And that's because that's actually going to give you combat stats against monsters. You get the armor penetration energy limit, which really help a whole lot, because, let me actually show you. My dragon set is actually defaulted with 2 anchors. It gives me over 30,000 energy, but if I swap to my bunny accessories, it drops down to 28,000. So it's about 2,000 energy that you get for having those anchors. The only issue is that the anchors are very, very hard to get because the drop rates on the anemones are very, very low, and it's very hard to get those. And then outside of your sets, what you should do is you should hit this filter button. This filter button is going to give you a lot of junk that you can filter through. Obviously, that's why it's called a filter thing. If you are ever curious on what you should use for construction gear, so filter it by construction and search specifically for the item piece. For your headpiece, you want to go with your set items anytime it is possible. If you're trying to do construction, go for the Sphinx set because it has construction boosts. The only thing you want to change for your construction boost is you do not want to go 7 piece construction set, because the construction speed you get for your 7 set is very, very small. What you do is you go one accessory for your Sphinx set, especially because your Sphinx set or your Sphinx accessories don't give you any bonus construction. So what you do is you go 2 accursed rings, which give you 42%. Actually, no, that's there. 52 construction speed. The only issue is that they do cost 3 parchments, which are usually kind of hard to get. But it will give you an extra 104% for having those two rings, the 2 accursed rings. But your 7 set is 7%, which is very, very small. And the rings do not even give construction speed. So what you do is you go for your 5 set, because your 5 set bonus is actually really nice. With my research, I'm up to 112% for 5 piece. So getting one accessory, even though it doesn't have construction speed, that gives you 112% for that one accessory. But having any of these other accessories is not going to help you construction-wise. It does help with stone production and food production, but I will not recommend using it for food production, because the food production items that you can get are much better than going with the set. With that being said, you want to have, if you have a food farm, you want to go and find all of the bonus food production pieces. Your barrel rings are one of your best ones to do. They give you 235% food production. The tail piece is also really nice. It is, I think it's a heavy guard. Wait, no. Your metal tail guard, 166%. And yeah, I think this video is way over my time limit.